Crucifixion. A bad thing if you're not into slow deaths, but great if you're trying to promote a religion. Crucifixion was a method of capital punishment, where the victim was tied or nailed to a wooden beam or cross. The victims would be left hanging until they bled to death, or just with the passing of time and not being able to run to a supermarket. This method of capital punishment was used by the Persians, Carthaginians, and Romans, among others. During Emperor Titus's invasion of Jerusalem, many Jews were nailed to crosses. This was done by Jew-hunting Roman soldiers, including Mel Gibson. As mentioned before, victims could be hanged for days or exposed to the environment and being eaten by vultures. It is believed the most common cause of death during crucifixion was asphyxiation, with the condemned having serious trouble inhaling due to the hyperextension of the chest. The most famous crucifixion is, of course, the one where they hung Jesus, who died on the cross for our sins and promised he would come back for a visit. Didn't happen yet, still waiting. White room torture. No, not the new clubhouse name of the Proud Boys, but a torture technique using a small cell completely painted white. The effect on the prisoner's mental state would be significant over time. The prisoner would wear white clothing, eat white rice, and drink white milk. With the complete numbing of the senses, the prisoners would experience severe mental stress paired with hallucinations. This torture technique works extremely well for interrogations and is believed to be used in Iranian prisons and by the CIA. The Iranian regime shrugs this off by being totalitarian, obviously. The US just calls it enhanced interrogation instead of torture. It seems both excuses work really well. Scaphism. Floating on water in a little boat sounds relaxing, right? Well, wrong. We are talking about scaphism here, an ancient Persian method of execution and probably one of the nastiest on our list. Before the whole boat floating stuff, you are fed honey and milk. Thereafter, you are strapped between two boats with your limbs hanging out. Next, you just get a small push, and there you are, floating on water filled with swarms of hungry vermin. With uncontrollable diarrhea. Do you want to see this anus? Join our Patreon for uncensored videos. Now, let's move on. It wouldn't take long for the vermin to find their way inside the boat and start eating the passenger's body from the inside out. Yikes. The Brazen Bull. The Brazen Bull, also known as the Bronze Bull,